Yeah, it happened when I was still in my schooling, by the way. I was still in my schooling. I was at TUM. I had cleared my higher diploma in human resource. Now I'm transitioning to my degree. Yeah. Which it was a course that was going to take me 1 year for me to complete it. Yeah. Then all of a sudden, boom, we've lost both parents. So everything has been scrambled. Scrambled. In a way now, I just have to do away with my I had to do away with my education, because now I'm not the priority, and at least I have some papers with me. So now I had to shift all that focus to these boys. So niko hapo, you know, the boda guys, there's always scramble and partition for wateja. Boda pia anataka kubeba haraka na matatu pia anataka kubeba. Matatu was filling in passenger. I think it had only 4 passengers. Then the boda guy pia amenikujia. Now I'm contemplating, should I take the matatu ama nipande pikipiki. Now we started negotiating na huyu mtu wa bike. Before nipande hiyo bike, lisikia too loud bang, boom, bang. Alafu na huyo unasikia tu from kwa distance, why people are screaming. Little do I know, I was part of the scene. Kumeningiza kwa theater 6. From 6 in the morning, nime spend the whole day bleeding. I'm a miracle, by the way. I take myself as a miracle. It's very unusual and abnormal. Yeah. Ati ushinde ume lose blood kuanzia asubuhi mpaka jioni na uingize kwa theater na uamke.
Well, how amazing it is for you to join us once again on this platform, Life in Focus, where we tell stories to draw inspiration and, of course, get inspired. My name is Paul Munio. We are recording from the Mombasa Media Hub at the Little Theatre Club in Mombasa. Now, our guest today is none other than Ruthalia Machocho. She runs an organization to empower people living with disabilities. Tunataka tumjue, tumfahamu kwa undani na bila shaka some of the things that she does. We just want to hear about them, get inspired, and get to learn a lot about her life and the things that she does. Right away, nimkaribishe so that she can be able to introduce herself first, alafu then we take it away. Welcome, first of all. Please introduce yourself to our guest and tell us who you are.
Thank you. Okay. My name is Ruthalia Machocho, but you can also call me Ruthalia Michaels, because, both of those two names exist, and, I have a story about them. I'm a person with disability. I'm a champion of PWD advocacy, and I'm also I also run an organization called the Elite Ability Foundation Africa that does disability inclusion advocacy. So basically, right now, that's what I do mostly. But I'm also I moderate, I facilitate, and also write books. So I'm an upcoming author.
Okay, welcome. This is Life in Focus. We want to learn about you and what you do. But first, tunataka tukujue in a personal manner. We want to know where you grew up. We want to know about your childhood, and also the things that you were used to do before the accident that you had, so that we can be able to understand why you decided to begin this particular organization. So where were you born from?
Wow, this is amazing. I have had so many interviews, but I've never had this kind of question. But my journey has been I've been revolving all around. I was born in Nairobi, by the way. As much as, yes, most people know that I'm basically from Mombasa, native Mombasa. I was born in Nairobi. My mom used to work in Nairobi. Then she was transferred to Mombasa. So we came to Mombasa, and some point in my life, I went to my grandma's place, which is Taveta. So I schooled a little bit of my childhood, at nursery level, at Taveta. Then I came back now to Mombasa. On coming back to Mombasa now to my parents, I went to Kisauni Baptist. By the way, I'm a native Swahili speaking wa Mombasa kabisa, yeah. So I went to Kisauni Baptist for some years. Then I went to a private school and my high school in Taita. Then I came back to TUM. So that has been generally my life in the coastal region. People don't know that history of me being born in Nairobi and living with my grandma at some point in Taveta, then coming back to Mombasa and all that, yeah. Yeah, but that's just a brief of how I've lived my life from my childhood to right now here.
How was your childhood like?
It is beautiful, yeah. It is beautiful. First of all, I'm the firstborn.
Okay.
I'm the only girl, and I was the only grandkid that lived with grandma and grandpa, yeah. So I was like the last born to my grandma and grandpa. So basically, you know how they treat you. Yes, yes. So in my childhood, by the way, you know, those stories of guys work so much, cook with their grandmas. I wasn't doing anything at my grandma's. So I didn't know how to wash. I didn't know how to just do the dishes. The little things that people do in the household, I didn't know them. Not until I was brought to my mom, now in Mombasa. Coming to Mombasa, my mom is surprised. No way. Mtoto amekuwa analelewa bara.
Na hajui kufanya mambo 1 2 3.
Yes, yes. So now when I came to my mom, now my mom and dad, now that's when now I started learning so many of these types, yeah. So I was basically that pampered girl, yeah. I remember my nickname was Pussycat. Yeah, because I was very cunning and very bright with ears. You could actually see my ears popping. Yeah, and I used to be very aggressive. I would ask people so many questions, yeah. I remember in my childhood, at some point they used to record me, by the way. You know how back then people used to have the tapes, yeah? Yeah, so they would record episodes of me, how they make me angry and how I'm arguing with people.
How you're responding.
Yes, yes, yeah. And it was beautiful. So my childhood was very beautiful. I had a cross-section of the modern and the bara life.
Wow.
Yes.
You've mentioned that you've schooled in different places, different schools. Tell us a little bit about your life in class. Were you an average student? Were you bright? How was it in class?
You should ask Slow Montana. He was my classmate, by the way. I've been a bright student all through.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Meanwhile, number
tell.
1, 2, 3.
We can tell.
Meanwhile, number 1, 2, 3. Yeah. I remember at some point, there was a mama. Oh my God! You guys are taking back me to my childhood memories. There was a mama who was a mother to a fellow student. Yeah. Now, she used to go to Germany. Back then, you could just hear of Germany, but you don't know so much about it, yeah. No, she brought her daughter very big dolls. Those are almost our size, and then she was like, "So you guys, if you're going to perform, I will also bring you." You know, I became number 1.
Because you wanted.
And she never delivered.
Why?
Yes.
Why?
Yeah.
Alitaka kuwa moyo. You know, children are obsessed with dolls and the little things that make them happy.
And I've never seen such big dolls ever since my life to date, by the way, to my age. But I still remember the story that we were promised dolls that they never came. Yeah. So I've been a bright student from primary, high school to the TUM university. I've always been a bright student, not an average. Yeah.
What was your favorite subject in school?
English. English was good for me. And I loved history in high school. Yes. So
did you want to become a communication person since you are tender age, or how did you transition, you know, from discovering what you wanted to achieve in future? How was that period like?
Wow. I'm loving your questions. at first, just because of influence in school, we were having guests coming in and out, people talking to us. I wanted to be an air hostess. But now the guys that came in were very particular. I schooled in Married Girls in Taita. Were very particular that you had to go through that school for you to actually get the lucrative jobs that were there. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened in between that I didn't get the chance to do it. But I was now you know, I'm a millennial, by the way. I'm not a Gen Z. Yeah, I'm a millennial. Yeah. So the influence of parents, you need to get back to you need to get to HR. So I went to human resource. Yeah. So my real background is human resource. Yeah. HR by profession, pure HR. Yeah. And I've practiced it, but not so much. Okay. Now, I came to this communication thing and all that. Now, you know, we have a serious problem with when it comes to jobs in Kenya. Yeah. So you'll just have to survive, or you'll have to get something to do. Yeah. So now I'm done with my HR, but there's no job. But I'm this bubbly, smiley. Then I have a command and very good PR relation, public relation, and that is how I started being convinced and also getting on opportunities for me to speak. And in them, I discovered the hidden gem. I can actually speak to people, and people would want to listen to me more and more. And I could actually deliver when it comes to hosting both social or corporate events, and that is why the interest grew in.
So did you go to class to do communication?
Not really. I didn't go to
it. Was
class,
an inborn from being bubbly, being a curious child. Now you go to the communication world. So how was it?
If I can be very, very honest, I didn't like venture into it majorly. First of all, at some point I found it to be too demanding. Oh my God, that was very bad.
It is.
I found it to be too demanding. And then being the firstborn, at some point in 2017, I lost both parents, and now I need money. Money, pop, because now I have to take care of my brothers. So I had to engage myself in so many other activities, income generating, so that I'm able to maintain the family and also keep my brothers in school. And that is what actually made me at least kind of pulling back, because I'm forced. I was forced to even get into sales and marketing jobs. Just for me to able to maintain the family. So with that, I kind of lost that the vibrant how can you call it, attraction, that vibrant attraction, because now your mind also has to be very, very very contained for you to actually deliver some jobs. But here I am. I want to make lots of money. I want to make lots of money so that I'm able to manage family. So I didn't get to any school.
Okay, sorry to take you back. You've mentioned that you lost your parents. At what time did you lose your parents? Was it after school? Was it before or even during? And you also talked about that you head now to support your younger siblings. So tell us about that and how that changed your life, because I also heard you talking about it in another interview. So how was it, managing your work and also trying to support your siblings?
It happened when I was still in my schooling. By the way, I was still in my schooling. I was at TUM. I had cleared my higher diploma in human resource. Now I'm transitioning to my degree. Which it was a course that was going to take me 1 year for me to complete it. Then all of a sudden, boom, I'm losing my dad in April. Okay, dad is gone.
Sorry.
Then we are now left, the four of us, mom. Me, I'm coming from a very loving family. We've always lived our lives seeing our mom and dad lovebirds.
Yeah.
These people will do chores together in house. Over the weekend, we'll just chafta shule yako uende huko, you come home, everything has been done, wameosha, wamefua. My dad will literally help my mom in just doing the washing. Mama anike huko asionekane kwamba amemsaidia mwenzake. Though this kind of people, they would go shop, even if it means grocery out there, they bring in the house over the weekend. So we've grown seeing love. Then all of a sudden now dad is gone. So mom started deteriorating, now she's lonely, she's feeling, but at the same time, she's looking at us now. We are babies to her. She cannot even express herself. So eventually we lost her in that same year. Then there I am now, me being the firstborn, and I seriously had no option to back out, no option to leave the boys and probably maybe try to get my own life and leave the boys. But I held the family as my responsibility and as now the person to step in, take care of the family. And I'm grateful, I'm happy, I'm proud. I sacrificed my life, I sacrificed so much to keep the family, and it's bearing fruits now. That the last one is now a university student and is doing well.
Amazing. Your parents must be very proud wherever they are right now. Talk to us about, you've mentioned that you started doing some side hustles. You've talked about sales marketing, being a host. At what point did you start becoming a show host? How did you discover? How did you start? Kwa sababu unajua campus, people have a lot of freedom. Some choose to, party a lot. Some choose to remain in class and do studies, while others just, they are focused. They want to, look for some side hustles and start earning as early as possible. So how did you get into the space, the hosting space? How did you get into sales marketing?
Now my entry point was at the university too. I was very petite, extremely petite. I think I was size 6 by then. So contesting in just the indoors thing, in indoors activity or model contest that happen in the school, and then from there, of course, you grow with that passion to out here. Now you've completed the school, and then on out here, I joined model agencies. I joined Fuchsia Creativity, and it was competitive back then. Then it used to be very big deal. The models in Mombasa, I was among the top, the top girls in Mombasa, back then we used to have a lot of pulsed featuring, so mara leo ni face yako, the other time ni face ya huyu, and other times we are competing in awards. Mombasa used to be very active when it comes to showbiz, so we'd compete in the awards. Model of the year, and I won.
You had a title?
I won a couple of awards as model of the year, beauty of the year, and from there it keeps on boosting your esteem, your confidence. Then I also co-founded a models agency by the name Pyramid Models Agents, and there we trained models, we organized shows. From there I advanced now from just being an organizer now to hosting, just trying to fit in everything so that we minimize the cost of our budgeting. So you are the organizer and also one of you being the host, which was me most of the time, and that is how it grew. And as I had shared, being bubbly, being very aggressive, I started now getting featured in interviews in radio, and most of the time they could feel my command, they could feel how I'm a storyteller, and I started getting invites. I remember I attended Bilimia and Vijay Chris show in Baraka. There was a night show concept, yeah. And I did it a couple of times. Then there was also something that we used to have Celebrity Thursday hosted by DJ Linium, and it gave me so many chances for me to just get used to the crowd, using the mic and having that command, and it picked up from there. To some extent. Now I got a chance now to host a TV show on Y254, dubbed as Pwani Music Show, and there it grew. But again, now having all this, by the way, the media is struggling, I would say that, yeah.
No.
or maybe maybe I'd not gotten to the peak of it or so. But I felt like at some point, yes, you love what you're doing, but the input versus the output are not really matching, they're not connecting. At the same time, I have my brothers in school, I have rent, I have to take care of myself as a woman, as a girl, so I started now trying to get other things to do so that I survive. So I would overwhelm myself with activity. Daytime I'm doing the sales and marketing job. In the evening I'm hosting a fashion show at the lounge. Right now it's no longer there. And over the weekend I have a show in Malindi, Kilifi, or Diani. Yeah, so that was the life. Till I at some point I came to resign the sales and marketing job, because now I was really getting tired, nachoka, alafu nafikiria so na pia and it wasn't paying so much, so I'm getting worn out. So I resigned that job, and I was just there thinking of what next now, nifanye nini. So I invested in other businesses, whereby now I was self-employed. Hizo biashara zangu. I'm very good at transport business, by the way. Yeah, I'm very good at transport business. So I did it. I'm still doing it at small scale. Yeah. Eventually tunaendelea kuishi. The boys are doing okay. Okay, challenges are here and there. As usual, it can't be smooth every day.
Sure.
But you've embraced everything. You've seen a few years zimetokezea, zimepita, na unaona penye ulitokea, and you're like, okay, we can do it. We can do it. So let's go. Till in 2023, just one morning, and life happened.
Sasa nataka tuingia hapo. At the point where your life ilianza kubadilika, na nataka tuongee hapo sasa. Tell us how it happened, how you woke up that day, where you were going, how did it happen, and take us through about the moment ambayo ilibadilisha maisha yako.
So this time, there are guys that I had been working with, but online, but we had never met physically. And marketing jobs, advertising job, like people just believing in you, in what you post and how you carry yourself. Then it happened coincidentally, now they're in town. Kanembia Ruth, able to number to meet, because the concept that we are executing, because it was an event that they were executing huku. Asma, the fact that we are having an event huku, at least when we meet, we can even see how we can incorporate you, so that instead of us coming all the way, anytime we have events on this side, you can be representing us. So by then, it was raining your time. It was raining, so I'm contemplating, should I go? Ama tuache mvua, should I go? And by then, I'm living at past a little bit as past Kembeni, so that place gets very muddy when it rains. But again, it's home whereby I was not paying rent. I had to move out of that house as much as I was not paying rent. Now, because I'm using a prosthetic.
That was before.
That was before. No, I can't live
that
there.
That was after now the accident.
So ilibidi nimehama after the accident. Though my boys are still living there because it's home. So we've done the event iko poa, tumekutana, we've planned our things venye inaenda. Now I'm leaving for home.
Event ilikuwa hapa town, Mombasa.
Event ilikuwa Mombasa. Now I'm leaving for home. just by the upper city mall. Yes, city mall. So unajua umedress tu vizuri, hakuna sijui venye unaona ati it will create some and most of this hosting are done in the night. So nightlife is what pay us.
Sure.
Yeah, as hostess, as host, most of the time that is the life. Yeah. And most of at least on my fashion event, most of them you do them at night. Sure. Yes. Yeah. So when you're done with your event, unaenda. So mimi nikasema sasa I'm done with the event, we are done with the event. Now let me go home. Let me go home. We rarely use Ubers, if you notice, in Mombasa. Yeah, it's either we are using tuk-tuks, matatus. Yeah, most of the time. Yeah, especially easy areas zetu za Bamburi. Not unless if you're staying in Nyali, you'll grab an Uber very, very fast.
Lazima uende na zile za Bamburi mtambo Kisauni, I know.
Yeah, so me, I'm on this other side of the road, Bamburi sides. Yeah, I want to catch a matatu. Yeah.
Ilikuwa usiku sana, ama ilikuwa saa ngapi?
Saa 12 asubuhi.
Oh.
Yeah, saa 12 asubuhi.
Oh, it's after now you've done
event,
kazi,
yes,
overnight,
yes.
So you're going home in the morning.
Yes, I'm going home in the morning. Niko hapo. So niko hapo, you know the boda guys, there's always scramble and partition for wateja. Boda pia anataka kubeba haraka na matatu pia anataka kubeba. Matatu was filling in passenger. I think it had only 4 passengers. Then the boda guy pia amenikujia. Now I'm contemplating, should I take the matatu ama nipande pikipiki. Now we started negotiating na huyu mtu wa bike. Before nipande hiyo bike, lisikia tu loud bang, bang. Alafu na huyo unasikia tu from kwa distance, why people are screaming. Little do I know, I was part of the scene. So this guy vard, it was a Tata lorry. It vard from he was coming from Twapa to town, and then as we on this other side ya kupanda matatu from town, sasa mkenda Bamburi. Yeah, now it came from that side, ikatugonga sisi, mimi na ule nani mtu wa boda. May fell down, I don't know how I did. Mguu yangu ilisonga upande huo, ikakanyagwa, shredded. Then it didn't just stop there, ikaendelea kugonga ile matatu ingine head to head. So I think the impact of matatu being a big thing, na ni chuma, that is when this guy realized that he's causing accidents. Yeah. Now, I don't know if he was asleep. I don't know if he was intoxicated. I don't know if it was a brake failure. We do not know to date. We do not know to date. But by the time mimi napata sasa fahamu, I didn't collapse like collapsing, but I was going iso out of body. Yeah. People say things, wanakuona una nini, vitu zote, but you are not actually there.
You're not there.
Yeah, you're not there. Yeah. So mimi nimesikia uchungu, nikiangalia hivi na unata, I was wearing some sports shoes. Unaona kama nyama imetoka huko mbele. So I'm like, tayari tu nimejiangalia hivi, nikajua tu hii mguu itaenda tu kukatwa. There is no way utakuja upone nyama imekuwa shredded mpaka imetoka hivi ianze kurudi na ngozi itengenezeke. So already I'd seen that amputation there.
Wow.
Yeah. But now I'm in so much pain. Please take me, I go get a painkiller. Yeah. I go get painkiller. Nimesahau hata handbag yangu iko wapi, nimwambia nimnitolee nini. So they gave me my phone. Samaritans wataro wako hapo tayari mbele yako. Wakanitolea simu. I called my 2 brothers. Nikamwambia mimi nimegongwa na gari na hivi. But ukumbuki kuangalia hiyo gari imekugonga, na ukumbuki kuangalia ule mtu. I think it is just God ways over just protecting you don't die of panic attack or so. Yeah. So I called my brothers, wakajisplit. Nimwambia nipeleke Jocham for painkillers. Accident imefanyika hivi. So one went to Jocham and the other one had to come to the scene. So Apple traffic in charge was very much alive and very much around. So akakuja, wakanibeba, nikapelekwa sasa Jocham.
So were you the only victim?
No. But now I was the only victim in ule mwingine alikufa on the spot juu alikanyagwa, so ningekuwa nimepanda bike ningekuwa nimenikanyagwa tulikuwa tugongwe face to face, manake sisi tuko hivi sina wewe umekuja say aligongwa kwa nini, you could not even recognize the face, he died. And then this other hapa kwa matatu huyu wa hapa, ajua dereva lazima siku zote atakuwa na jinini so the one at risk is always at the passenger seat. Passenger seat.
So waliumia pia.
So waliumia. I think the lady walked in crutches for a while. Pia alitembea na crutches for a while. So that's what happened. And I was rushed to the hospital. Wamenifanyia first aid, lakini hata uchungu hata hakuna uchungu inaisha. Wakiangalia wanasema tu this thing has to be amputated. That is the only way. I'm losing blood at the same time. But their money was so much, na mtu anapoteza maisha huku. So I just told them, vile nimepata painkillers nipelekeni Coast General. Coast General, I'll be taken care huko. So I was taken to Coast General. But even kusema Coast General haikukuwa hivyo nini. By the time mimi nakuja kuingizwa kwa theater, wameniingiza kwa theater 6. From 6 in the morning, nime spend the whole day bleeding. I'm a miracle, by the way. I take myself as a miracle. It's very unusual and abnormal. Ati ushinde ume lose blood kuanzia asubuhi mpaka jioni na uingize kwa theater na uamke. And just escaping that nini, I'm standing with you right there. I'm standing with you right there, and we ujipate ni auonekani hata sura. People used to come to see me in the hospital and they tell me God loves you. God loves you. And hivyo peke yake, it was unbelievable. I still try to I still try to imagine. I ask God questions like who saved me? It was like a magical experience. Mtu alikuja tu anisukume ndo ili nisi juu sasa nimeanguka, hakuna kitu kingine chote kimefanyika. It's just my leg. So pia Coast General wakaangalia wakasema ni amputation, and nikabaki just amputate me, and the pain yenye nilikuwa na experience. So that is what happened, and life changed from there.
Let's talk about that now. Umetoka kuwa mtu mzima. Sisemi wewe si mzima kwa sasa. But at some point now you are losing an organ. You really change aje maisha yako from the emotional perspective, from how you used to see things. You said you've talked about asking God questions, but how did that now start shaping your life?
First of all, amputations from accidents are called traumatic amputations because hauna chance ya kufikiria. We are saving a life. The more unashinda ukibembeleza hiyo wound ama nini, inapanda. So chances za kupanda, the infection, you're prone to getting infections, which inaweza panda. Probably ningebembeleza, ningejipata niko juu, ama iende huku, ikatumbili, ama ipande, ikwe sasa, it's another thing. So you do not have time to start thinking or negotiating on nini. Una sign, kama unaweza kusign, uende, at least, ukwe saved, So I have accepted that. Iyo time I had some serious community support. Nini place yangu hapo nilikuwa na watu wamekuja kuniangalia. Like it was beautiful, by the way. It was beautiful how people used to come in there. They would feed my place with food mpaka hata nilikuwa naweza naganyia nzima chakula yenye nimeletewa. I cannot finish all that food. So community support was good. By the way, shout out to you guys. Nilifanya nimeambiwa bado tu ni waie kiti because actually people ile upendo iko huko. I love you too guys. So it has happened, but I'm also coming from experiences zenye nili lose maparo. So nifanye aje? So nime lose maparo. I came lost my best friend too, in a very critical condition. She was murdered. So mi tayari nilikuwa yani nishapitia
some traumas
nishapitia battles zenye ni you either do it or you also die. Yeah, or you also die because of kujifeed na maneno na kujieka kwa depression na nini. But at the same time, if I'm going to die, my brother was 13 years. Brother wangu ataangaliwa na nani? You know. Huyu mwingine pia akona nini, bado he was still a young person. So I'm like, no, I have to survive. And still bado sahi hata kama sahi he's a university boy and mimi ni sasa ndo nimepatikana na hii, I still had to survive. I still had to fight because I'm still the one paying school fees for him. I'm still paying for his house, ukakikwa shule, chakula, then he's introverted guy. Yani mtoto ule hata aanze kumwambia sijui auntie sijui nani aombe. No. If it's not my sister, then ni hivyo. So I'm like, no, Ruthalia, you have. Then I have pending things that I was doing. They have to come to accomplish. Then yule second born hana kazi. Sasa tutafanyaje kwa hiyo familia? Ni mimi tu, mimi ndo niko I'm a bit more aggressive. Huyu mwingine mdogo, okay, he's coming very strong bado. Atwezi mnini na huyu mwingine pia akona nini zake, but he's also a performer. Yeah, so lazima life imekuja hivi, lazima tu nitoke kwa hii situation na lazima. Now I'm this kind of a person, I've been totally lost kwa uchungu, kwa nini, and it was not beautiful. So mi na preferga kukua on higher vibration and not lower vibration. Like lower vibration kills me, so I wouldn't allow that. So for me, I think maybe that's why I smile a lot. Maybe that is what was inborn from kitambo motion and nikismile. I think that was my power and just being a power girl. So mi lazima nikue kwa upande wa huku juu. It has happened. Mguu imekatwa. Nifanye nini? Nikilia nifanye nini? This leg is not going to come back. But at the same time, it's not that atina postpone feelings. No, I embrace uchungu. So uchungu nasikia, nikijisikia kwamba imefika ni kwamba I need some mental therapy. If I cannot speak to friends, by the most of the time I prefer talking to professionals than people. Most people wamekuwa na, they're dependent on me, yeah. Wanna depend on my energy, my positive vibes, my strength, so nikianza tena ku break down hapa, hao ndo watakufa zaidi. So it's better I just go deal with a professional huko atujuani nini niongee mavitu zangu na pia tuongeleshane, yeye pia anijui aongee vile ataongea. So tunajipata tunaambiana ukweli, without any biasness. So I have gone for mental health checkups. I have taken our last one for mental health checkup because at some point I felt like hata mimi mwenyewe siwezi muongelesha. You know, as much as yes mko siblings, but there's how each and everyone has related with parent, and there's how venye tu unaona huyu na mami, huyu na nani uhusiano wao uko kiaji. So I took my brother pia aende aongee huko, as long as he's okay. I don't have to kujua nini wamuongeleshana, but zile zinanihusu anaweza niambia, zile hazinihusu asaidiwe tu, as long as that his mental resilience is amesaidiwa. So imetokea, I have to move. I have depending things to do. I still have the boys depending on me. So tukatoka usi, tukakuja kwa maisha uko, najiangalia. Then I'm looking at hizo nikaanza kwenda sensitization program for persons with disability. And I'm going there, I'm meeting so many stories. Social media unaangalia, YouTube naangalia, Instagram nini. I'm not the only person who has been amputated. So how are these other guys surviving? So
kajipatia nguvu kutoka
hapo. Then naanza kujiuliza, me by the way my healing wasn't very good because mi badala ni heal nikijifikiria mimi, nikijililia mimi nafikiria sasa watu ambao wamezaliwa na nini some ya deformity or so, watu hivi na hivi, mimi nawafikiria hao badala niwafikirie nijifikirie na mimi. Then yes, that period natoka kufanya operation na nini, nilikuwa na watu wananisupport. But sasa nimetoka nimeenda nyumbani, that started changing. You started seeing marafiki wanaanza kupungua, mwingine anakupromise anakuja, and they take decades. They take decades to come. You feel like now you're not very important, you're now a liability. Unaona sawa tu wameanza kujitoa. And I would feel so bad. You'd call somebody and they don't pick your calls, and they don't return. You text somebody and they nini. So hiyo time sasa nikaanza kunini, this is the stigma, this is the stereotypes ambazo zinakuaga kwa nini zenye zinaongelewa kwa persons with disability. And I felt it's so unfair. Like mimi sasa sina mguu, we are talking right now, si ndio? Kwa nini sasa uache kuniongelesha ama kuniengage simply because me I'm having nini artificial thing and you have the two legs? How is it affecting us nini relating?
So talk to us about the healing process. How long did it take, and how was it?
The healing process, now you're from the theater, from the theater to the ward hapo kuna very fresh stitches, yeah? You're still on morphine, sijui na nini. I was getting 3 different injections
in a day.
Yeah, not in a day, after 7 hours. After 7 hours. And those were serious painkillers. I've mentioned morphine. Hizo mbili nimezisahau. Those pains, crazy pains zenye mpaka una feel kwa kichwa mpaka zinakupatia some serious hallucinations. Yeah. But I survived. I stayed there for almost a week or 10 days. Then you are discharged. Ukikuwa discharged, unaenda kwa nyumba. Alafu nakaka kidogo, you go back for the stitches to be removed. So I was in fear, but it went on well. Then from there unaanza sasa kufikishwa kwa modeling. Modeling is how now they tie your stamp in a way itengeneze a shape in preparation to now a prosthetic, because your leg cannot be flabby alafu itoshe kwa prosthetic. So now they have to shape it in a way it forms a cone shape. So nikakuwa nikienda nikifungwa mpaka inafika mahali sasa you have to learn for yourself pia uko kujifunga juu. It's also costly. It's also costly all the way. Remember, it was quite costly journey coming from that way to mpaka kwa Hosi. I'd spend like a 3,000 on Ubers to and from. So that was quite a lot of money. Then now I moved to tuk-tuk. Na tuk-tuk pia unaziogopa juu ya kurushwa na pain. But again, it's these stories that actually make that journey an exciting one, and a journey for people to actually listen to. So nikapita huko kote. I was very patient with my healing, the physical healing, because previously I have nursed inaitwaje, rupture ama nini, not rupture, mesau jina, when you can get like a small crack. There's a name for it, because at some point I had a plaster of Paris nimefungwa na ni a fracture. So fracture is the word. So at some point I had fracture, nikafungwa plaster of Paris, and I was on crutches for some time. So ilikuja ikarioka. So ikikuja kirioka, and then I'm experiencing this, and this is major, because now this is going to be my foot where I'm inserting all that pressure. I was not in a hurry, by the way. Even the orthopedic, the physio, walikuwa nasema in 3 to 4 months you'll be okay, you can proceed to this. But mimi nikasema ni sawa, they are professionals, that is their line of duty, but I'm not in a hurry with this. I'll do it my way. So I spent 8 months. 8 months without a prosthetic, without walking like that, but I was using my crutches. So crutches hizo za kuweka hapa. Crutches anytime I really need to be out here. hizo ndo nilitumia. But at the same time pia, as much as yes I was having these people running away, I also had an amazing group of people that held me tight in this journey. Hao watu walikuwa wana make sure mpaka wanachanga wananitumia pesa ya monthly. They do shopping for me. Wasema Ruthalia alikuwa ni msee outgoing nini, let's take Ruthalia. We used to do a lot of Bahari Beach. Napatia publicity. We used to do a lot of Bahari Beach, just sitting uko. We used to do a lot of Voyager. They would take me uko. As long as inafika jioni, they take me back home. And I was okay, yeah. So other than just having this other side of people running away, I had people. Tukwa tunaita soul sister, nawapenda sana. Thank you so much for holding me tight. Yeah, so them, they stood with me. Yeah. And and the journey proceeded. The journey proceeded. I got same year in December, I managed to get my prosthetic. It's not even quite, it is an investment, by the way. For you to move about, lazima tuwe hiyo mguu ikuwe nzuri, ndo pia your gait na comfortability. And si pesa joke.
I know, ni expensive.
Ni expensive.
So after getting the prosthetic, were you able now to go back to the life you had before? Ama pia kuna mambo ambayo yalibadilika?
It's also a process in getting a prosthetic. You don't just get it and start walking. First of all, the mguu imekaa hivi. I had a contracture, mguu ilikuwa imenini hivi because so ikiendelea kukaa hivi lazima I straighten ndo inini. So it also took me a while. It took me a lot of practices, research on how to get right posture, gait management. And all these things auzipati kwa physio. You have to invest in yourself. You have to do your own exercises. You have to find what is actually inaendana na wewe na it's working for you. And this journey at the same time pia ni vizuri pia you just walk your own journey in your own way. Yeah, embracing it like it's something that is in you. So just embrace it. You also come with your own mechanism that will help somebody else. Yeah. So nikafika mpaka pali nimefika. Of course, yes, life changes. The way you view life generally it changes. Venye pia zile vitu ambazo umepitia it changes. Sasa nimekuja kuelewa kwamba like life can end any time. Yeah. So each and every time that I'm living right now, I want to leave a better legacy, a good legacy. No procrastination again, because you just want to attend to execute what you want to do it, because anytime life will end. Yeah, so let it end when at least you are happy, you're proud, and you're living the world better like how you got into it. Yeah. So basically life ina change hapo. Then I was this person mwenye nilikuwa nafanya size of the night themed events hivyo. So nilipata as much as yes accidents na happen time yoyote, by the way, si kwamba ni usiku ni mchana ni sangapi, accident can happen at any time, at any moment. Yeah. And you never see it coming. Yeah. And you have no control over it, by the way.
Yeah.
I normally say you might be careful on the road, but you don't know about the other user. Yeah. So anything can happen and you never know the impact. I've lost so many people. By the way, I've lost so many people ambao walikokuwa wananinas wananiambia pole. Wengine walikuwa wameogopa kuniongelesha because now there is this change. I don't know your perception. Watu kusema mtu ajui vile atakuongelesha ama nakaa kando. But eventually they died on that same road. Yeah, you see. So from there nimekuwa mtu hivyo. I would really want to engage myself kwa vitu ambavyo ni va muhimu sana. Yeah. So una minimize na calculate kama 95% ya my life right now it's for productive things. If 5% hapa ndo nitaweka jokes nini kanini but hii nataka kunini. Yeah. And anytime I'm setting something that I want to achieve it very fast, because now to me this is a second chance of living. Yeah.
Okay, as a journalist, I've covered so many stories for people living with disabilities, and through the interactions and how they speak and what they speak, you can really tell that there's a lot of challenges that they go through. Number one, stigmatization, access to transport, access in buildings, so many challenges that they have to go through. I want you to just talk about those, then take us through why now you decided to begin the organization to advocate for the people living with disabilities. Yeah.
The challenges are there, and the challenges become even so norm, like it's part of us. To some extent, now the organization that I'm running, as I'd shared, it was inspired by what I went through. I went through, instead of thinking of my own self, I was even thinking of others. What of somebody was born with it, then you start looking down upon that person, you start refusing to even listen to that person, ignoring that person, simply because they're just different from you. And remember, probably this person was born with it. Hakuna mtu anapeana specification how they want to come to this world. Ni kuja hivi. Somebody being exposed to accident. Hakuna mtu anajipeleka hapo sijui unajigongesha ama prone diseases like cancer, diabetes. Hakuna mtu anataka. But inafika mahali when this is now the only choice, it's because they're trying to save a life. So we are heroes. So if you are heroes, how do you relate with heroes? Clapping, Mary, you made it, you see. But now this side of hero, mtu anakuweka kando na kunini. So that is how Elite Ability Foundation came about, to advocate, to amplify the voices, the cry for persons with disability, and also to celebrate persons with disability in their milestones, and pushing run on we call them SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, into climate action, health, inclusive education, and economic empowerment. One thing about persons with disability, ukikuwa na kazi yako, ukikuwa na title yako, ukikuwa na biashara yako, people tend to even forget about your disability. They start treating you with so much respect. Aja tuachie hapo tukuje huku kwingine. The challenges that we face, there are very many. It is expensive. Person using a wheelchair, akitumia mtu wa matatu mwanzo anafikiria vile aanze kukunja wheelchair yako akuingize hapo, kwa hiyo nini yake anaona you're wasting my time for that 70 bob or 100 bob that I need to pay. So tayari hawakutaki. So inamaanisha una resonate wapi? Kwa nini, kwa tuk-tuk ama taxi. And you know the prices of a taxi over nini. Now imagine as a taxi na tuk-tuk, now that is your daily thing. You do not have an option of using a matatu yenye unaweza tumia 70 to 100 bob. So that is one challenge. Hiyo unapata. Mimi personally on my journey nilikuwa nabidi nitumie hiyo Uber yenye ilikuwa inani cost so much. Anakuambia uko ndani
uko Kiembeni
uko ndani. So even with your disability mtu anaona lazima utatoa hiyo pesa. So it's ni kweli hata watu wakikimbia ni kweli, it's an expensive one, but we don't need to run away. We can empower persons with disability. We can support them so that they become independent, you see. We for the donors, the sponsor, they can come up with grants that are designed for persons with disability or PWD-led organization, because when you're supporting those causes, it's a community of persons with disability yenye wanasaidika na wanakuwa independent. Those policies yenye tunasema 5%, to make sure that 5% that of employment inaenda kwa persons with disability, let it be actualized. When these people are empowered, they're working, they will not go there. We will not go there to anze kuomba. The stigma that people are facing, the stereotypes zenye zinafanya mpaka mtu sasa unaona me I'm not enough, niende nichekelewe, nifanye hivi nifanye nini, so it's better nijifiche. Ama hizo stereotypes za kuona now disability is a curse, disability is a bad omen, disability is I don't know what is it. Watu wanakimbia. There are cases that I may come across whereby somebody now ends up into amputation or they have an epileptic condition, unapata bwana anamwacha, bibi anamwacha, vitu kama hizi, because people don't want to be associated with this. But again, we can coexist. Disability is coming in 4 ways, Prof. In mild, moderate, severe, profound. Mild, moderate, we can coexist. Maybe I just need a
prosthetic
assistive device. Maybe I need an hearing and aid ya kusikia. Maybe we need a sign language interpreter. But the rest of the work naeza fanya. Alafu kuna hizo severe cases whereby somebody now needs a caregiver, and that's where the caregiving guys come about. But again, if we are going to empower our walevolizi zengine na tuwasaidie, then tutabadilisha maisha. And you know, persons with disability are not many. We are not many at all. Like I've gathered data ya, let's say kama wenye wako shule, special school now registered, you'll find like a whole of Mombasa only have 3,000 wenye wamejiregister. Wenye wajaregister wamefichwa, we cannot be very, very accurate because there are still people who are grounded on those traditions. Yes, yeah, the stereotypes, yeah. But at 3,000, when they take at 3,000, only 6,000, surely we can do magic. How many are we as a country? Yeah, so we are not so many to just give persons with disability to highlight, tuweke tu maisha mazuri, we clean our city, watu wasiombe hivyo. Wale hawajanini, wale wenu tunaona ni kabisa hawajiwezi kabisa, we try to motivate the family so that there's a breadwinner hapo kwa hiyo familia. Kukiwa na breadwinner, I don't think somebody will live there nini mtu wao aende ateseke akiomba. But unapata sasa now they are coming from a very very extreme backgrounds zenye sasa huyu ndo tutamweka kama kitega cha uchumi wenye at least wako na masi wapatiane. Yeah.
Okay, talking about the stereotypes and the stigma, I would like to know from your perspective, what do you think should be done, especially to the society, to change how they see people with disability?
And that's now this is what advocacy comes about, creating awareness. I'm really urging the CSOs, the NGOs wasichoke. Let's have these walks za watu wanaongea kuhusu autism. Let's have billboards on ikionesha prosthetic. Let's have different organizations using persons with disability. Waeke tuwaone kwa nini kwa inaitwa media. Yeah. Let's have them so that it becomes a normal thing. Yeah. Ukiona mtu ametembea na prosthetic hapo, ni Ruth ama ni nani ako kwa TV ama ako kwa billboard, trust me, utashangaa ukinini. You know, some time back I met somebody and they asked for a hug. Like, can I give you a hug? Why? You know, you're using a prosthetic. This is one thing I see only in movies. Wanabaki acha tu nikupe hug. Mwingine anakuita anakuambia, can I touch? You see, because it's not there. Personally, me as Ruthalia, as much as yes, I was exposed in my own capacity, but I'd never even come across a prosthetic or interacting with somebody nini. I didn't know about easy Paralympics, the games for PWDs, is Olympic nini games. I didn't even know. But you can actually run with a blade. You can actually do so many things. There are even tournaments zenye zilikuwa visual impaired anasaidiwa na huyu mtu mwingine running, and they run. Now what we need is being kind, giving a chance, being curious about your disability. We create that environment near kindness. Mimi niliambiwa sasa umetumia hiyo, ukitumia hiyo crutches for a while, mgongo yako itainama. But I came to realize that mgongo kuinama, it's just a particular type of disability. It could be a spinal defect or so many things. But wewe tayari usha make conclusion, and that time you are talking to somebody mwenye sana nimekuwa amputated. Already you are creating that fear in me. Already now, not everyone has a mental resilience like Ruthalia yenye tu nitakusikiza maneno yako na ni kunini. Mwingine utamwambia hivyo na ndio hivyo ashajilock kabisa. Mwingine ameona sasa mimi venye hiyo mguu imekatwa, I will never walk again. Now they see me walking and they are shocked. Nimekutana na mtu mpaka ameshtuka, mpaka ni mtu ameshtuka kabisa, because they're like, sasa wewe ulikatwa mguu, how are you walking? Hawafikiri kwamba kuna devices kama hizo. People are only exposed to the wheelchair and the crutches.
Yeah, so a lot of awareness, a lot of advocacy is needed.
Yes.
Serikali, the government has been trying to do a lot.
Yeah.
In terms of supporting people with disabilities, empowering them, creating spaces for them, equality. But is it enough? Has the government done enough? And are they implementing the policies that they are suggesting fully?
Tukisema fully tutakuwa tunadanganya. But the tax exemption thing, as long as you follow the criteria that is asked, then you'll be tax exempted. But mostly unapata hiyo inataka mtu mwenye anafanya kazi, ama unataka mtu mwenye akona biashara, and it's well conducted, like you can provide any documents to support it. Yeah. So hao wengine unapata wanaachwa nje. Mobility devices are very expensive. Very expensive, by the way. I have a quotation. I have my quotation hapo. That was actually my dream leg, and it was about to cost me 600,000 Kenya shillings. That leg of 600,000 Kenya shilling, it's not like a one-time thing. No. I'll use it. Sampati imeharibika nini. Right here I'm using a silicone. Silicone yangu ni 40,000. Just a silicone tu yenye inanipatia comfort from my stump to my nini. That 40,000 je ingekuwa imetumika nini? How many people, how many household can raise that 40,000?
I know. It's expensive.
But they can consider sisi vitu zifanye kukua nini, tax free nini, vitu ka hizo, so that hata pia the easy institutions that are selling these things pia wao waweze ku reduce prices za easy commodity, so that to ease the mobility, or even introduce this concept kwa insurance cover. You know, it's not there. It's not there.
That's a really good idea.
So those are some of the things that should be done. And then the 5% that hata serikali inaiongelea, hata kwa hiyo serikali yetu 5% pale ukiangalia persons with disability haijafika. Hata on county level haijafika. It's not that persons with disability are not there. We are there. We are applying. So what is happening? Let's just walk our talk. Let's just walk our talk. Then ni kama hii disability, watu walikuwa wakianza kufikiria hata hizo kutengeneza hizo mabarabara, the ramps nini, people only had one particular disability in mind. Right now we need to embrace the different versions of disabilities and understand how we can. So we need to be also innovative in our approaches on how. You see, mtu ataniambia unipeleke kwa ramp, me I'm using a leg yenye inaitwa carbon. My carbon inani keep mimi hivi because it keeps me going very, very, very fast. Ukineka kwa ramp ama kwa mlima, mimi naenda hivi. So I would use what? Either elevator ndio nifikishe tu hivyo haraka manini, na hapo utapata nini. So mimi nikikuwa kwa place yenye iko na ramp ama iko hivyo sliding, I just have to get somebody. Uzuri you get generous people out here, anishike mkono tupande tusonge.
Okay. Let's talk about your organization. Once again, I'm forgetting the name. It's Elite Ability Foundation. Elafa, you mentioned that what you do is that you empower people, business empowerment, and also you do advocacy. So far, ilianza lini na umesaidia watu wangapi so far, and how has the process been easy for you? Are you getting enough support from either the government or from donors? Na miaka 5 ijayo unataka kuona organization Ilefa ikiwa wapi?
Yeah, Elite is my baby, and I'm very happy to be associated with the disability. One thing yenye nimekuwa nikishukuru nayo ni mwanzo building confidence.
Okay.
Like, yes, I'm different. I'm different to you. So what? I'm beautiful. I'm pretty. I'm
just
okay.
Yes, I'm special.
Yes. Yeah. So, and I'm happy it's working. Even the PWDs that I'm close with, you can actually feel their aura. Yeah. I'm okay. Yes, I have my speech. Yeah. Yes, my skin is different from yours. Yeah. I can dress very well. I will do my makeup. I will show up and give me a moment, and it's working. So what do? Disability inclusion advocacy. We really push for the agenda of visibility, participation for persons with disability in different areas. Yeah. Either in leadership, either in management, or in farming, in whatever cause. Yeah. We want to see persons with disability there, because at the end of the day tuko hapa kwa hii dunia, bado tunashare matatu, bado tunashare kila kitu, bado ni we are in the same world using the same services and products. Yeah. So there's no way tukianza excludiana. Now our conversations mainly are into climate action. Action we've seen it's happening when people are talking about disaster management. Yeah. Disaster management without a PWD explaining. Hujui kwamba mimi siwezi kukimbia without this, siwezi kimbia when I'm wearing this thing na sina blade. That means in the event of wildfire, in the event of flood, maandamano, ni mnibebe. Na mimi niko na nini? Niko na hii yenye nani? What of yule mwenye ako na wheelchair? What of that with nini, sight defect? What of that with the hearing? Ajui kama kunafanywa nini ana nini tu hivyo. You see?
Yeah.
So we really need to understand that it's a place. Yes. Yes, we are advocating for kuinvolviwa, but we also need you guys. Yeah. So ukitutenga sasa si tutasaidiana nani sasa kama unatutenga, you know, tika hizo. So we're into climate action, we're into economic empowerment. I do tend to believe personally, Kenya nimepitia. Nilipokuwa pale chini, watu walikuwa wanakimbia. Now they see me wearing my suits, me showing up in those nini, now I've become a friend again. Yeah. Why? Why are they associated? Why do they want to be associated with me? At that point, they did not see my fate. Probably waliona sau Ruthalia, kazi yake itakuwa sasa ni kukaa hapo kwa hiyo kitanda na kuomba nini na nini. But now they're saying a different. Kuna wengine hata by the way wananionea haya, hata wajua naanzia wapi. Wajua wanaanzia wapi. Because there are people that I didn't expect you're going to run away simply because this happened. Yeah. So we do a lot of economic empowerment, from capacity building, na tukipata uwezo wa kusupport in one or another, we do it. We are also into inclusive health, just making sure bringing the aspect of mental health, because disability in general without having a strong mental resilience, any kui challenge ni ngumu. So first it's your mental game has to be on point. Nini na hizo hawezi ipata kama pia haupati usaidizi kwa wenye ambao unakupeleka kwa hiyo. Then we are talking about inclusive education, and we try our very best to get rid of the obstacles zenye zinakam way ya children with disabilities wanapokuwa shule. We have a program yenye tunaita Breaking Minds and Circles, whereby we take it to special schools, ambapo tunawapatia mental health designed for children, and we give sanitary kit to the children, teenagers with adolescent teenagers. And we would love to package it even in a better way, so that tunaweza piana hata the stationery, just to make sure that the kids are in school, hakuna kitu yote na nini. And we are hoping to extend our approach in a way that we even get to those families ambazo wanaficha watoto. Unaweza ficha mtoto huko, kumbe mtoto ni genius. Like this condition ya autism. Autistic kids are genius, by the way. You'd find like a mind there. Yeah, a mind will pick to need to pick numbers or manini. Unapata huyo mtu can make a very good an accountant, and they're very excellent and accurate. Like right now what's happening, there's a autistic kid in Nigeria. Alikuwa tumetoka kwa autistic month, tumetoka yes. So huyu mtoto alikuwa anachora drawing to surpass iyo, you know this challenge inaitwaje, Guinness Book of Records. Yeah. So he was drawing, na hiyo kitu ilikuwa inafaa nini kwa launch. I didn't follow it up. It was supposed to be launched now on. Now you see, if people you can have a disability but you're this magical. Kwa nini we focus on the disability but and like the good thing about this person? You see? So tunaangazia mambo yenye tuna highlight ni mambo hata ya nini, whereas there's a beauty about everything.
It's true.
There's a beauty about everything. So those are some of the things that we're really pushing. And let's say there are places that tumesaidia, let's say it's a PWD household, una create a kitchen garden, or even just putting a beehive setup whereby it can be an income generating. Our programs manager, akona CP, but she makes our posters, and this is a skill that she got from easy programs zenye tunaenda that are meant for persons with disability. So other than being a programs manager, she's also doing and this is the skills that zenye tunasupportiwa in one way or another. So I'm really urging not just the donor but even philanthropists to support these causes, because when we support these causes, especially disability advocacy or inclusion advocacy themed concepts, we are going to reduce the number of persons with disability when wanaomba huko kwa street, because atakuwa na kazi ya kufanya, atakuwa anajua naenda wapi, atakuwa na chakula, and we'll have a clean world. And our problems for persons with disability are cutting across. You'll find Africa, persons with disability maisha ikimwisha mwisho anaenda kuomba. In Asia anaenda kuomba. In Europe anaenda kuomba. So if it's a common problem, and when you look at this common problem, shida yake ni nini? Shida yake ni kazi, shida yake ni chakula, shida yake ni housing. How can we solve these problems? When you empower this person, give this someone a job. Evil. And when you do that, unaona tunabadilisha. But if you focus on the stereotypes.
As we finish up now, talk to us about in 5 years to come. Where do you want to find this organization?
In 5 years to come, it will be my pleasure to see advanced and aggressive persons with disability. Leo umeleta Ruthalia, kesho unaleta Josfera, kesho yake uko na Tina. Last week nilikuwa kwa CGIAR, ambayo it was a international concert yenye ilikuwa conference yenye ilikuwa Nairobi. And you know there were only like 3 persons with disabilities. Why? Because we've not embraced persons with disability. Wenyewe tuko na challenges zetu, then pia the whole world has not like highlighted nini. So in 5 years if we are going to be meeting there sote na tunaenda tukiongea pale, tunatoa akili zetu ambazo zinabadilisha dunia despite our disabilities, you know. And sayo tunaeka maswala ni innovative ways. Let's have, like right now nimejoin challenge they're looking for innovators with disabilities. I registered, I'm here to get them nini. So those are the kind of things mimi ningependa kuona. You know, we also have a creative mind. Personally wanasema mimi ningekuwa na pesa, pesa iko hapa ya sada sina majukumu mengine. Me I would deal with hizo PWD zote on 101. Nitake tu kuuliza, what are your dreams? You cannot see, sindio? Lakini what are your dreams? Given a chance ungetaka kufanya nini? Let's listen to that person. You know, kuna akili nyingi sana zenye hatuziangali, tunaziacha. That person mwenye unamwona sijui ako vipi, kana yeye, ona very friendly. muulize tu swali, how do you think we can change this world in this? Yeah.
Wow, wonderful. Now, I cannot let you go without talking about the campaign that you've been involved in. The county government of Mombasa, in partnership with other organizations, have been doing a lot of campaign. Vipi tutaboresha barabara zetu? How are we going to reduce accidents? So I want you to tell us how you got involved in that campaign. Are we likely to change our ways? Madereva wako vipi? Wale ambao wanatumia barabara, do we need to have a behavioral change in order to reduce some of these accidents?
Right now I've been very passionate. I've been very passionate about road safety because it's road safety. It happened on the road, and we are using our roads every day. I cannot even avoid the road. I was in fear even to getting back on the road. Mi sayata naogopa kukaa hapo mbele gari kenda nini. But nikajambia I cannot be a slave. I cannot be because sasa nitaenda wapi to the next step, nikaanza kuogopa barabara hivi, and that is how nilitoka bado mimi ninapanda bike once in a while because situation imebaki hapo. Sasa nitapata wapi Uber uko ndani nini na nini, utapata wapi to the only thing yenye nakubeba ni nini? It's the bike. So we cannot avoid the transport, but we can better it. I think we have high issue ni hapo kwa the nini the fines zenye zinapeana. Hizo fines as it makes sense and they're making things easy for people. They're making things easy for people. Somebody is 6 feet under, umeenda kumcharge fine ya nini, umecharge huyo mwenye alikozi hiyo kitu 100 ama 50,000. What is 50,000? We'll continue to have the accidents, but sema you are going to revoke that license. Sema you are going to revoke that license for some years. Na huyu ni kipato chake. He'll be careful.
Sure.
Sindio? Manake utapoteza kazi. By the time una 5 years license yako ikuwe inaweza kufanya nini? So utakuwa ushafiga route kazi nyingine ya kufanya ama utakuwa give up in life. So hapo
tusilegeze kamba, tukaze kabisa.
Juu hizo vitu zinafanywa kwa rahisi. Bado tu right now bado kesi yangu bado haijamalizika, by the way. Bado tunapelekeshana na hizo kesi. So you'll find hata mtu hapo katikati something can happen to you. You can die in between. Na ukwe hauko tena kupeana ushuhuda wenye ulifanyika, or anything can happen hapo uamue mimi hata nimechoka, ina traumatize, siniachane nayo, and that person will get away with it. And it's so we are not very serious with how we are taking care. Because ukienda let's say kama Europe, utapata the measures are very strict. Extremely strict, that people behave. So the ball is on our courts.
So the judicial system ivute kamba kabisa iharakisha hizi kesi. What about the road designs? The road designs zimekuwa designed in such a way that they accommodate everybody. Kwa sababu unapata barabara nyingi inatumika na watu wa baiskeli, bodabodas, watu ambao pia wanatembea na wheelchairs, matatus, buses, trucks, ziko tu.
Hapo hatujafika. Hapo hatujafika kabisa. Our roads are not inclusive, we just protected by the grace, anything can happen, I remember there was a time nimesikia I think it was in Thika, mtu ametoa kichwa yake hivi ikatoka hivyo and he was a dead man. Then the other day just recent I don't know, mtu amechukua na shida ya kulipa akasukumwa alifosukumwa tu hivyo na ndio hivyo. So we have a long way to go, but accidents are very real and they happen hivi kidogo tu hivi ndio umeenda. It's either you're on this side or you are gone. Right now I'm loving the disability inclusion, disability nini awareness yenye na happen. You watu say wameweza ku-expose me. Have a couple of ladies wenye tu ni wa hapa Kenya, they're showcasing their prosthetics nini na nini, wanaongelea mambo na hizo kesi zote zimefanyika tu barabarani. Huyu alikuwa na speed, huyu alikuwa sijui na nini. So hiyo behavior ita change tukiwekewa tu some serious ultimatum. Yeah.
Wow.
Pige mtu fine yenye yeye mwenyewe akiangalia hivi hajui anatoroka nchi ama anafanya nini, because you cause that.
Yeah.
So you'll have only two choices. You either be on the safe side so that you don't get there, ama your license inakuwa revoked and things change from there. Because mimi nimekaa 8 months sijafanya job, so nimebadilishiwa maisha. Not everyone is as aggressive as Ruthalia. Ati utasema uanze kuona nini. Mwingine ndio hivyo maisha hata imeisha hivyo. So ushamgeuza hivi maisha ya mtu, wewe unaendelea na biashara yako, unaendelea. Hao uliwapotezea nini kijana na ni yeye ndio maybe alikuwa ni breadwinner. You've already created that gap. Yeah, so
wow, amazing story, Ruth. Jambo la mwisho, talk to the audience. I want you to speak to the society. Tell them something. Yeah. So that they can be able to have that behavioral change. They can be able to shape opinion towards people living with disabilities.
Yeah. One thing, be kind. Just be kind. There's something wanasema, yani ukijipata kwamba maneno yako si ya kujenga mtu ama kumbadilisha mtu, then rather be the quiet person hapo. Let each and everything that is coming out of your mouth be something that is going to build that next person. Yeah. Don't be yule mtu ambao unaregesha mtu chini. Secondly, nikiongea about on the road, accidents are real. You might be careful on the road, but you don't know the next person. Yeah.
Wow. You are on social media, Elafa?
Yes.
Yes. So do you mind giving the social media platform so that people can reach out? Wengine pia wanataka kueneza habari, wengine pia wanataka kusaidika through it. You can just mention them.
Yeah, we found in almost all social medias. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, same name, Elite Ability Foundation Africa. And we do have a website, elafa.org. Just get there, check it out. You can donate, by the way. When you donate, it comes directly to the account, so that we are able to reach more people and also able to facilitate our programs to change the world in one or another. You know, most of these services, we're also getting them secondarily. So meaning we have to get people to offer them, So at least when you're able to even provide at least a transport, somebody would come and execute just to bring the professionalism aspect here. So we are there, elafa.org. Check us out.
Amazing. That was a quite amazing story to hear, and of course we've learned a lot from your story. My take home is that we need to do a lot of advocacy. Again, we need to have inclusion. Also, let's embrace, and also upande wa government, we really need to be aggressive in terms of the policies that we put in place. And itabadilika yote. And thank you so much for accepting our invite here, and of course sharing your story. And that has been our time. That is Ruth Machocho, right?
Yeah, Machocho.
Yeah, she is a founder of an organization that advocates for people living with disabilities. I hope you've learned a lot, and of course be sure to join us next week, because we'll be having another guest. Na pia ningependa uweze kutuelezea their contacts there on your screen katika kiwambo cha runinga yako. You can talk to us, share your ideas. Which guest would you like like us to feature here? Unataka kusikia story ya nani? But all in all, thank you so much for joining us. Please keep on subscribing, keep on following our social media platforms at Lifelines Network. My name is Paul Munio. Until next time, bye-bye.